So let me talk to you guys about what happened with the sexual harassment part three. So it looked like HR wasn't really gonna do anything, right? It really it really looks like that. And I'm gonna tell you guys about like HR not really doing anything because he doesn't want to. He really doesn't want to. So I went to his office, right? I went to his office for like a new shirt, but I also had like in my pocket the sexual harassment details I put on paper, right? Because I didn't give him the detail. I didn't give him the papers myself. I gave it to a supervisor, and he told me a supervisor of my area gave it to him, right? So I thought that was fine at first, but then my brain is like, hey, look, you didn't give anything to him, and listen, he told me I was standing in the office, right, talking to him. But he told me to go to like the room in the office, and the door was closed and all that, right? So we were alone talking, and basically I tried to hand him the papers. He told me that the supervisor Mara told him and gave him the papers. I tried to hand him the papers that I printed out at home. I tried to hand it to him. I also told the supervisor that I had printed out papers. He told me he was sitting like this. Sitting with his arms on the table like this. He told me something. What are you doing? I already have the papers, right? So to me, that's kind of suspicious, right? It's because I'm kind of discerning. I was like, okay, so this is kind of defensive. How come he, as an HR manager, he's getting defensive over that, right? He could have just took the papers, right? He's a manager. He told me to only talk to him and him only. But considering that it's been like 2 weeks, I got suspicious about that, right? I got suspicious about that. I talked to my father about it. I really did. So he told me I wasn't able to come in on Friday. That's what he told me to work. He told me because of some guy, pretty much. And anyway, after all those details were done, my brain was telling me about the sexual harassment thing. You know what I should do? I should send him an email to make sure that he got it, because this type of thing, like this type of trust him type of thing, because that's what it looked like it was. It was a trust him type of thing, right? This type of thing here, it's like it was kind of weird because I didn't trust him. And then he could just easily say that he never received any type of papers and nobody ever talked to him about any damn thing, right? He could just say that. Right? So I sent him the email, guys. Let me tell you what was happening in the office. In the little room we were talking, half of the time he was staring at my breast. Half of the time he was staring at my breast. And that was super weird. Yeah. So anyway, the next day I think later on that day, I wrote him down everything from that paper, and I sent it. Like, these are all the things that what was it? The person who molested me, she's been doing. And I just wrote it all down, and I just sent it to him. And even more things that I actually remember, I sent it to him. Right? I made sure everything was clear, and everything was nice, and everything was polite and respectful in the email. I kid you not. This man came to my post the next day. Yeah, I got your email. I'm like, I don't like that tone of voice. I really don't. Because, like, yeah. Okay, so listen. When I say I kind of think he was offensive, when I was talking to him in that little office in the room, right? He was really, really defensive when he was talking to me. He's like, I got your email. So he started asking me boatloads of questions. He was acting like he was confused, even though the email, shows everything about what happened. He was like, have you been talking to people? Have you been talking to people? Because this email sounds like you've been talking to people. I said, yeah, I talked to some people. It's like, that's my freedom of speech, I've been talking to some people. It's like, yeah, and pretty much I don't trust them. I really don't trust them. You know what I mean? He asked me a question like, I can't even remember. You can clearly tell he didn't like me sending the email, because he was like actually to a point where he was yelling at me. And I said, so what are you going to do? It's been 2 weeks now, and you didn't do anything. He's like, don't tell me how to do my job. Don't tell me how to do my job. He said that he talked to a person who was molesting me like this. I remember he said that in the beginning. So he's going to talk to me like this. And so I'm like, and I didn't appreciate the way he was coming at me. And to the point, because I was moving, as I should, to a point where he's standing right here. I will move over there. I'll move over there. He'll move over there. And then he'll start, walking up. He'll keep a distance. But he'll do that. And then he told me something. He told me something. Okay, so just so close your mouth and listen to me, right? So he could just repeat the same thing he's always been telling me, and he told me that it's going to take it takes him a little bit longer to conduct an investigation. But in my email specifically state that multiple people saw her doing all this stuff to me. Multiple people saw it, and he didn't do anything about it. So when I put that, he kind of thought I was talking to those people. I put an email, right? He thought that. He really did. He really did talk. He really did think it. So after that, I don't even remember. He was just talking to me so disrespectful. And he kept asking me all these questions, and my brain is like, he was right there on my post, and he didn't even take me to office. I guess because if he took me to office, there's gonna have to be somebody to monitor what he's saying. Yeah, because yeah. So I guess that's the reason why he came up on my post like that. And then my back of my brain, I was thinking, this is kind of weird. And then, I kid you not, he pulls out his phone, and then he turns it on, then he presses a button. I kid you not. I think he turned it on. I remember that he specifically pressed a button on his phone, right? That means that I thought, right? I think that means that he was recording me. That's the reason why he was spitting out all those questions, right? He was recording me. And here's the thing, right? Guys, listen. It is illegal to record people where I live. So this guy rather record people, right? Record people illegally. Do that illegally. Listen, this is what I'm thinking he was doing, because it looks like it. Rather than sending it questions through email. Sending it the legitimate way, the right way, and a nice way, right? But he was talking to me like he got no type of respect and yelling at me like I was some type of dog. Listen, right? So, basically, what I did is that I sent him an email the next day saying that I didn't appreciate the way he was treating me, the way he was talking to me. Yeah. I sent another email, and then, he didn't send an email back. The next day, he didn't send an email back, and my brain was telling me, look, listen, he's never going to put anything in proof on the email, because he's not doing anything. What is it? He's not going to put anything in the email because he's doing exactly what he's not doing anything. That's the reason why he's not putting in the email, right? He's literally not doing anything at all. So I had to take the email, and then I had to send it to the manager. Not HR, but this is a different manager. I sent it to the manager. The email, everything I sent him, I sent it to him. And he told me that he's gonna try to check out this claim, and all that stuff, right? He's gonna try to check out the claim that I was trying to send to him and all that stuff, right? Because I just sent the copies of what I told the HR to the manager, and that's it. So to me, it's kind of strange, because the HR was almost acting like snakish, like he ain't got no power, and it's like, in reality, it's like, you're the HR manager, you have every right to fire a person that somebody doesn't feel safe around. And I told the HR guy that. I told him that I don't feel safe. He's like, how don't you feel safe? I don't feel safe. How don't you feel safe? And then, it's to a point where my back was against the wall, and he's just yelling at me and all that stuff. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And what I think he's trying to do is that he's trying to make it set up to make it seem like everything is my fault. And it's like, that makes him look like an absolute poop head. I'm going to say that. It makes him look like an absolute poop head, because, you can't blame a person for something that they never did or never done. I mean, that I didn't cause anything on myself at all. I'm just a nice, friendly person, and I came to, these guys that are superiors, and, respect, and then try to find help to help myself so that I can feel comfortable with working my job, and then it just comes back, and then they try to just yell at me and treat me like a dog, and, you know what I mean? So, that's not right? Yeah, I mean, and then he told me, it takes him longer to doing his investigations. But then again, you look at his record, it don't take no 2 weeks. He forgot about it. When you look at his record, he doesn't do anything. His record is, he does. He fired the head supervisor, right? I think within 1 day for no reason. He fired another guy, right? Within 1 day for no reason. He fired somebody else for sexual harassment within 1 day. I think that because he didn't like the way the person was talking to him. Because he seemed like he fires people when he don't like the way people are talking to him. It doesn't matter how good they are. It doesn't matter how, hard they work. He still fires them. And he'll fire them really fast. And I think the reason why he came to me like that is because, I don't know, maybe he was trying to upset me to get me to curse him out, so that he has proof by recording me, so that he could find a way to fire me or something. I don't know why he was up there. And when I had to go to office, I told him I want to go home. I want to go home, right? I think he was talking to me like I was a dog. I went to head supervisor. I told head supervisor, look, he told me that I was trying to tell him how to do his job, right? This type of stuff is stupid to me. She told me, oh, well, she tried to brush it off and compare it to something else that wasn't really a big deal. But anyway, yeah, so, guys, as I just said, the HR manager, he did nothing. The HR guy, he did nothing. He said he's going to do something, but he's not doing a doggone thing. Everybody say he's seen something, he's not doing a doggone thing. So anyway, and then I guess that he tried to set me up or something, and I don't even know what that was about. So anyway, guys, bye.